You know, there are so many different parts to SERV International, but the one question that I get asked the most is how did SERV start? And it's kind of a crazy story because I really didn't start out to want to do nonprofit or do ministry. I had just graduated college. I was going to start my own business. And quite honestly, I was going to be that guy that came in and made his millions of dollars and just be done. But about 6 years into it, I started to feel really unfulfilled. I started to feel a little empty, and I was thinking, man, God, if this is all there is to doing business, then I'm missing something. Man, it wasn't 2 weeks later that I got a phone call from some guys in our church and said, hey, Steve, let's do a mission trip. And I was thinking, man, maybe a mission trip. So we packed up our bags and we ended up going to Mexico. Through the course of the next few years, I continued to lead those teams down into Mexico, just doing missions, building churches, building outreach centers, and it was fulfilling. But everything changed for me when I got a phone call from a guy in Venezuela, and he said, Steve, I heard what you're doing in Mexico, and I'd really like for you to put some people together to come to Venezuela. I remember thinking, man, what did I get myself into? I put together a group of 18 guys. We hopped on a plane. We went to Caracas, which is the capital city of Venezuela. We hopped another plane down to Ciudad Bolivar. And then after we got off that plane, we literally took a bus 5 hours down into the jungles, but we dead-ended, I mean like literally dead-ended into a river. It was the Orinoco River. It was a tributary off of the Amazon. The place that we were actually gonna go, it was about 8 hours upriver. And guys, I want to make sure you understand something. When I say jungles of Venezuela, I'm talking anacondas, I'm talking crocodiles, I'm talking piranha, snakes, and guys, I do not do snakes. We packed up our bags, we went 8 hours upriver to the Yucuna tribe, pulled up and we landed our boats, we got out of the boat, and there was a big cleared area, and we weren't allowed past that cleared area because once you got past that cleared area, you were literally in the jungles. So we did our ministry there for a few days, and the day before we left, guys, I'm never going to forget this. Now, his chief of this tribe was probably about 4 foot something, but he always carried this 8 foot to 10 foot sugarcane pole. And the day before we left, he took us into the jungle. What happened at that point really changed my life forever. And I stepped over this log, and I was sitting there and standing there and just looking at everything. And this chief who was standing in front of me caught my eye. He looked dead into my eyes. I looked into his eyes. He looked down. I looked down. And as I looked down, there was a four-nosed snake that was slithering across my boot. Now, a four-nosed snake is probably one of the most poisonous snakes in the jungles of Venezuela. Within 20 minutes of getting struck, you're dead. I couldn't go forwards. I couldn't go backwards. I was stuck. I was paralyzed. And as this snake slithered across my boot and turned to coil, he went back to strike. And as he was striking, this sugarcane pole came flying out of nowhere, took that snake, and it went flying about 10 feet away. The chief of that tribe went over there and started beating that snake up and down. And guys, it really messed me up. I really didn't understand, because that whole time I was like, God, are you calling me to missions? Are you not calling me to missions? What is this? I have a family. What if something happens? And I really felt like at that point, this may sound a little dramatic, but I really felt like at that point that God had delivered me from death, and he had claimed me as his own to do missions. We went back to the village at night, and we were slinging in our hammocks, and we went to sleep, and I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning. And as I woke up, it was to all the sounds of the screech monkeys, the insects, and I just had this unbelievable peace about me. And I really felt like God was just speaking down to the inner part of my soul, and that he was telling me that if I would just seek his face in everything that I did, that he would continue to take care of my needs. But there'd be seasons of people coming and going, but the vision that he gave me to take care of widows and orphans and feed people, that was my vision to hold on to. But he would continually place people in my path, and that there would be different seasons for those people. You fast forward 20 plus years to where we are today, and I'm still seeking his face, and he still continues to take care of our needs. And at the right time and at the right place, he provides those people. And we've had some great leaders over the past that have helped be a part of what SERV is and where SERV has gotten today. We're even now just branching out into the local So we've developed a program here in America that is putting food boxes together to give to the senior citizens, to give to the veterans, to mobilize churches, and we're just in such an unbelievable time in the body and the heart of what SERV is. And I think back to those days in the jungle when I'm laying there in my hammock and when I really felt like God was just speaking to me, and giving me that vision. If we just seek His face, that He'll continue to take care of all of our needs.